There's a lot of great sexual positions out there that can feel really good for both of you, but there's only a few positions that are the best for making women orgasm. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 best sex positions for female orgasms, and I've got a bonus tip at the end that can help her orgasm in almost any position. I'll describe the positions, I'll describe the different ways you can move in those positions to help your partner orgasm, and I'll also give you some tips and tricks on how you can increase stimulation and increase the chance of orgasm. Hey, I'm Ryan Mack, sex coach and educator. I'm passionate about helping you become a better lover. And no matter how hard or how fast or how ravenous you're going, if you're in the wrong position, your partner's unlikely to be able to orgasm. Before we get into the positions, it's really important to understand that in order for most women to orgasm, they're going to need some sort of clitoral stimulation. Now you might say, what about the G-spot? I've heard about G-spot stimulation and G-spot orgasms. And while yes, women can have G-spot orgasms and some women can have great G-spot orgasms through penetration, generally what I find is that the penis is quite a blunt instrument when it comes to stimulating the G-spot. But unless your partner is someone who can orgasm through penetration alone, and there are some women who are like that, they're going to need some sort of clitoral stimulation when you're having sex with them. So these positions that I'm going to give to you all incorporate some sort of stimulation to go along with the penetration. The first position, and many women watching this will know, is the cowgirl position. This is when the guy is completely lying down on his back and the woman sits on top of him. The reason this position is so good for female orgasm is that she has full control over her movements and she can do exactly what she likes. But also, this is a great position for the clitoris to rub up against the bottom of your stomach or your pubic bone. So not only can she control it and do exactly what she likes, but she can rub her clitoris up against you and bring herself to orgasm quite easily. In porn, you'll often see cowgirl position where the woman is bouncing up and down on the penis. So she's going in and out like this. Well, this is great for porn and it makes a great visual experience. This is not how most women are going to orgasm through cowgirl sex. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to allow you to go inside them, and then they're going to rock their hips back and forth like this, so their clitoris is rubbing against the bottom of your stomach or your pubic bone. They can also do circular motions or side to side or figure 8, whatever feels good for them. Often for her to orgasm in this position, she's not going to want to be sitting all the way back up, which is going to give you the best view, but she'll likely want to be leaning forward a little bit. And again, this is just to increase the pressure on the clitoris when she's doing that grinding. And if you want to help her orgasm through cowgirl position, one thing that you can do as the man is you can put your hands on her hips, or you can put a hand on her stomach and her back, and you can rock her back and forth, or you can hold her hips and rock her back and forth. And you can get quite vigorous with this and allow her to go faster than she'd be able to do just by herself. The second position is missionary position, but more specifically, missionary grinding. We all know missionary position where the woman is lying on her back with her legs spread and the guy lies down on top of her. But what you want to do in this position to help her to orgasm, instead of just humping her like this and going in and out with your penis, so your penis is going in and out, you actually want to use a grinding technique similar to what we talked about in the cowgirl position. So what you're going to do as the man is you'll go inside her and then shift your body weight up a little bit. So if you imagine that you're moving your head and your body a little bit further up, what this is going to do is it's going to put that pressure on the clitoris that we talked about. Then, instead of focusing on the in-out penetration, you want to focus on grinding. So if we imagine that this is the bottom of your stomach, this is her vagina, and up here we have the clitoris, you're going to go inside her, but the bottom of your stomach or your pubic bone is going to press against her clitoris. You're leaning forward and up a bit, and then you're grinding back and forth like this. Your penis is going to be inside her. It's going to be going up and down like this. Another great thing about this position is that it doesn't feel as intense for the man. So if you're someone who struggles to last a long time during sex, this can be really great because it not only gives her an orgasm, but it allows you to last longer. Other things that you can do to make missionary grinding even better for her is you can actually grab a pillow and put it underneath her bum. This is going to raise her pelvis up a bit, and it's going to shorten the vaginal canal and allow easier access to the G-spot for your penis, so you can stimulate the G-spot and her clitoris at the same time. Instead of using the pillow, you can also push her legs up. You can put her legs over your shoulders and you can lean forward. All of these things are designed to tilt her pelvis back just a little bit, so you can get deeper inside and stimulate that G-spot. And another thing in this position that some women really love is you can put your legs on the outside of her legs. So usually in missionary position, her legs are going to be separated, but what you can do to increase the pressure on her clitoris, and some women can orgasm from this, is you pull her legs together. So her legs are in the middle, your legs are on the outside. And again, you're doing this grinding motion back and forth to really focus on stimulating the clitoris. The third position I call reverse missionary. So this is missionary position, but with the girl on top. This is very similar to cowgirl position, but instead of the woman being on her knees, she's actually going to be lying down. Again, in this position, you want to focus on that back and forth grinding. As the guy, you're going to be lying down in this position and mostly remain stationary, and she's going to be rocking back and forth on you, which is going to allow your penis to go in and out a little bit, but it's also going to create that grinding of her clitoris on the bottom of your stomach. To amplify this as a guy, what you can do is you can tense your legs and your buttocks, and you can raise your pelvis up a little bit, or you can clench your abs in order to apply more pressure to her clitoris. You can also move from a completely lying down position to being up on your elbows. So you're just back on your elbows like this, and doing so raises up that bottom part of your stomach a bit more to allow her to grind her clitoris against it. Now you'll notice that I have not yet mentioned one of the most popular sex positions, and that's doggy style. And that's because for many women, it's very difficult for them to orgasm in doggy style position. Many women absolutely love doggy style position. They'll say it's one of their favorite positions, but they often don't orgasm in this position because of the lack of clitoral stimulation. However, the fourth position that's great for female orgasm is any position if you use a toy, or if you manually stimulate her clitoris with your hand, or she stimulates her clitoris with her own hand. So in this circumstance, doggy style can work as a way for her to orgasm, because she can be in doggy style position and she can have her clitoris stimulated with her hands, your hands, or a toy. If she's going to be using the toy or touching herself, for her to do this, she's likely going to want to lie down on her chest, because she can't hold herself up on two hands and use a third hand to pleasure her clitoris. So if she puts her face and her chest on the bed, this can free up one of her hands to go between her legs to touch her clitoris in the way that she likes, or to hold a toy. Alternatively, as the man, you can get a toy and hold it to her clitoris. I just find in doggy style position, it's quite difficult to do this, get it on the right spot in the way that she likes it, while I'm also having sex with her at the same time. My favorite position to help women orgasm is missionary position, where you put the pillow under her bum, but instead of you lying down as the man, you actually go back on your knees and you're kneeling up. This is going to allow much better access to the clitoris. So if you've got a clit wand or a vibrator, you can much more easily hold a toy onto it. You can see everything down there, so you know what you're doing. And also when you're on your knees, you can easily thrust your hips without too much effort. And I've helped many women orgasm in this position. To make it more vigorous, get her to hold the toy so you can hold her waist, and then you can fuck her a lot harder while she's doing exactly what she wants to do with the toy. However, sometimes I find that I need to take control of the toy to increase the pressure, or to add some movements side to side to bring her to orgasm. And the fifth position for female orgasms is oral sex. If you know what you're doing, oral sex is one of the most consistent ways to bring women to orgasm, and you can use your fingers as well to stimulate her G-spot at the same time that you're using your mouth to pleasure her clitoris. I've got loads of videos on this channel about how to give great oral sex, so go ahead and check out the playlist here, all about oral sex, or go ahead and click here to get access to my advanced oral orgasm tutorial, where I show you the exact technique that I use to bring most of my partners to orgasm. You can also find that tutorial in the link down below.